Shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face. They're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, you ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts.
Not Morgan Hughes. Rest.
John Zadar. And Darby Snarpus.
No! All right, welcome back, edgelords, bezlords, and shitlords. We are doing coronavirus quarantine, stay at home, ACES Radio. So this is a whole new thing. Hopefully it turns out all right. We've now had to learn how to record the podcast two completely different ways in the span of like a month and a half now, Darbs.
Oh yeah, it's been great. Such we just thought we'd walk into a room and plug in our microphones like we always did. Instead, it's been a whole shit show of learning softwares and mixers and all kinds of bullshit. So, but yeah, we're here.
It's great. Right when I feel like we finally got it like to a place where it's not necessarily perfect, but tolerable. Now we have to do it all over again.
Sure. Mediocrity is all that we've ever been aiming for. We if you came here expecting quality, you came to the wrong damn place. We just want to not suck too badly. And once we get to that point, it seems like we have to come and suck again for a while until we can figure it out.
Just not suck too badly also describes just so many crew seasons, so it's appropriate. But actually, I'm excited. This should be a good show because it turned out, as I was building out the show notes, that I feel like a decent amount of things to discuss this week. So
yeah. Plus, we also have the opportunity to make fun of Brent and his lack of technical knowledge.
We do.
Yeah.
Brent doesn't own a computer or know how they work or understand how electricity functions.
Brent owns a computer. He just can't use it because he doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Brent.
What do you play solitaire on it?
What do you even do with it then?
I use it as a typewriter for when I need to type things out.
A typewriter. So do you then print out what
I use it with Microsoft Word, Drabs.
Okay.
It turns out Brent was the old man all along.
Do you put two spaces after your period since you're using it like a typewriter?
He's muted and probably is rage answering, but we can't hear him. So,
no, he was ignoring the stupid question.
Okay. Brent is also learning Discord because that's what we're on tonight.
You can't stubbornly refuse to answer questions because we don't have the visual cue of your grumpy face to like go off of, Brent. So
I can, even if it's not effective for you, I can still do it.
You can, but it doesn't make for a good show.
Well, why should we start having good shows now?
That's true. But yes, we are using Discord this week to record this. We got a nice little setup that hopefully should work pretty well. But yeah, let's do a little check-in here. The stay at home is officially mandatory now. What DeWine put that out saying, please don't. I mean, it was kind of already in place, but this was like more of an official like shelter in place. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. No working unless you're what are they calling it? Essential employee. Yes, thank you, Brent. No working if you're not essential. Basically, don't leave unless you are sick and suspect you have the virus, and even then, don't just go to the hospital. Call your doctor and figure out what the fuck to do first, and then also groceries. But otherwise, stay at home. How have you guys been handling that since that came down?
I've been doing all right. I already had a work at home set up all laid out. My work has I can get into the VPN. I got the dual monitor, so it's actually not that different from being at work. I don't currently share an office with anyone, so I'm kind of used to sitting in a room by myself all day. The upside actually is here in my house I have windows, So I actually feel a little more connected to the world.
Yeah, it's amazing how much windows are an improvement, right?
Yeah, you don't feel. I mean, for all I know, like sometimes the only way I can tell anything is happening with the weather is if I manage to hear like really hard rain on the roof of our office building. Otherwise, somebody will be like, "Oh, did you see how dark the?" No, I did not see how dark the sky was. I missed that whole thing. There was a tornado. No, I had no idea.
The world is literally ending around you, and you don't have any idea.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good. I'm doing something similar. I am doing what work I have from home, which is not necessarily new to me. But how about you, Brent? You are an essential worker, if I'm not mistaken, from our conversation last week. How is that going? How is the stocking of the stores continuing? Tell us about it.
The stocking of the stores is going strong. Yeah, working a lot. Did find out that my company gave everybody who's an hourly employee a $2 an hour bump for the next month, so that's kind of cool.
That's pretty great. That's awesome.
Is that in addition to essentially the overtime that you're getting?
Yeah, that's a $2 an hour bump on the regular pay rate, and then overtime is still time and a half of the new rate.
Oh shit! Well, damn, that sounds like you're making out like a champ. How long have they told you guys how long they're running you at that new rate?
For the next month.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Dude, nice that at least some people are making some good money during all this nonsense. Well, what else have you guys been doing? What have you been cooking? Have you been ordering out? Have you been supporting the local restaurants, local breweries? I know Land Grant is offering drive-through pickup and delivery on orders. I know obviously lots of restaurants are still open and trying to do that. Some other breweries I think are doing something similar. So what have you guys been getting into as far as food and drink? Or have you just mainly been shopping and cooking yourself?
We've mostly been cooking. We don't tend to go out for dinner sort of people. Brunches on Saturday has always been our thing. So this past Saturday, we actually got takeout from Hangover Easy on campus, which was a really easy and nice experience. Frankly, they were very appreciative of the business and, added a nice tip on there. I mean, basically they just brought it out to the car. I think the portions were bigger than what we got when we went into the restaurant. So, it worked out pretty good. But yeah, we've mostly been cooking. The times that we've gone to the store have happened to be the times that Kroger wasn't out of meat as an entire range of stuff. So we were pretty decently stocked for that sort of thing.
That's good. Yeah, I've definitely got a grocery list set up right now that I need to hopefully go and retrieve in the next day or two, because I did a good bit of shopping a week or so ago, but I am running low on a few things. But that's good. I got some Asian food yesterday from a place on campus called Diaspora, some Korean food. So trying to do what I can. I think I've got plans to run down to Land Grant and pick up a 6-pack. So.
Oh yeah, booze is the only thing. I just decided to pick up stuff at the store, just in that whole kind of lazy factor. But I know Austin from Endeavor fired up a little support the bartenders fundraiser, so I threw a little cash at that today. So if you're friends with Austin, or if you see it out there, they're like basically him and Tim and Tony and Lucas and the new guy Adrian, I think his name is, are all being supported by that. So it's one of those, if you happen to have some extra cash, and of course it doesn't have to be Endeavor. I think a lot of places are setting up things like that where, you can just throw a little money their way, even if you don't necessarily want to get beer or whatever.
Yeah, I think that they're doing carry out also, right? Every day. Are they open? Do we know their hours?
No, I think they stopped actually.
Oh, did they? Okay. They were at one point though. So
yeah, they sort of announced they had one thing, and they might be doing sort of an on-demand Like if you call them, maybe Scott is going to go over and do something, but I don't think they're going to have regular hours for a while.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so maybe you can't get your beer, but you can support those guys who work there and make their living there and have been so good to us crew fans over the last few years during the Save the Crew and just, regular away watch parties and things like that. And of course, us as ACES Radio recording there for the last few years. So yeah, I'll get the link to that GoFundMe thing for those guys and we'll tweet it out. So if you guys are interested in helping them out, toss them a few bucks. Just check our Twitter later tonight. We'll have that up there. Okay, well, I was going to ask you guys what you missed the most. I don't want to get everyone bring everybody down with talking about things that they can't do, because we don't know how much longer it's going to be till we can do them. But is there something that you're just really itching to get your hands on, as far as like food or an experience or I don't know, maybe even like a person that you just like really miss and want to see, and just like let's just talk about some of that, because I think we're all feeling that. Bront, you have thoughts on this?
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
right.
I'm making you go first. Obviously, crew
okay.
games don't count. Don't list crew games. Everybody misses crew games, so taking that one away.
All right, we're taking that away. Then I'm going to go with the tailgates before the crew games. That's a different thing. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it, Brent.
Can I go with Jackets games?
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll go with Jackets games. Really, just sports in general. Like, I need sports back in my life.
Yeah. Have you, in an attempt to backfill, I know lots of places are showing like old games and lots of people are looking up old games and stuff. Have you been doing any of that? Watching any of like your favorite old Blue Jackets matches or anything to like supplement?
Well, I don't have any streaming services other than Netflix. They don't show live sports. So, no, not really. Okay.
Well, maybe just like go outside in your backyard and like watch two ants race or something. I don't know. That maybe will work.
That actually sounds kind of entertaining.
Well, if you do that, can you Periscope it for us, please? That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Thanks. Appreciate that. All right, Darbs, what about you? I know you're a brunchman. Is that on high on your list?
It might be getting there. It's only been one Saturday so far that we've really had to deal with that, and even then it wasn't official. We just decided that was, I think at that point basically all the restaurants had shut down, but we weren't all like shelter in place necessarily. I don't think I'll miss that too much, because I can bring the food home. Most places I'm not in it for the ambiance. I'll just say in general, being around a variety of people. So, whether it's tailgates, even going to work, I sat in an office by myself, but you walk past people and you make small talk and you see other human beings. And working at home, you don't really get that. I took a walk around the neighborhood the other day and saw a handful of people, including the people who can't walk on the right side of the street and are ruining everything.
What? What is this? Yeah. Let's hear this old man rant. Let's go.
Okay.
Get into it.
When you're walking on a street, when you don't have a sidewalk, you're supposed to face oncoming traffic, which functionally means you walk on the left side of the street, correct?
Oh, you're talking about people who are literally walking in the street.
Yes. Yeah, because our neighborhood doesn't have sidewalks once you get back into the back part.
Yes.
So if you're walking straight at me, then one of us is going to have to do the social distancing thing and like make this big loop around. Because if everybody's walking in the same direction, in the right direction, and you're spaced out, you're just like good to go, and nobody has to step into the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So
this is a big pet peeve of mine as well, is just like known rules that people just choose not to follow, like walking on the right hand side, like at the grocery store. People are coming down the aisle at you with their cart on like the left hand, and they're on their left hand side and you're on your right hand side, and you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Get over.
Oh yeah, because in all situations of traffic, we should follow the road rules, right? Like you stay on the right hand side.
Yeah, like same thing with like going in and out doors. Like people that go in and out the wrong door drive me insane too.
Yeah, don't be a monster. Don't cross and go the wrong direction. I mean, this goes for any situation you can think of. Just stay to the right. We're Americans. That's what we do.
Amen. Amen. Screw those Brits. Okay, so you've been getting out and taking some walks. That sounds nice. I've been trying to do that myself around the neighborhood here and there.
Yeah, and it's nice that the weather is starting to allow for it. If there's one tiny upside to this, it may be that we're missing out on all the shitty tailgate days.
Yeah.
I am not missing the fact that we aren't tailgating in snow and rain and 40 and 50 degree temperatures.
Yeah, I mean, well, we weren't going to have a game tomorrow anyways, but the weather this weekend is supposed to be awful. I think it's supposed to rain all weekend, basically. So I think that's definitely the upside to this, is that we're not having to stand in the rain or the cold or anything. But the last few days has been beautiful. I was out on my porch yesterday, just sitting for a little while and just reading for a little bit. But there was people out taking walks with their families and their dogs, and other people on their porches around me. And I think it just was like, you could just like feel the like release of tension in the air almost, that people were able to like just step out of their houses, even albeit briefly, and like still like maintaining, the distance rules, but just like to not be cooped up for just like any small length of time. You could just like feel the happiness of people. It was really cool.
Yeah, although apparently I've seen, I guess everybody now is going to the park, to the point that they are becoming crowded spaces as much as any mall or restaurant could ever be.
Well, I mean, I know playgrounds are supposed to be shut down, but that's a natural progression, I guess. Yeah. That's a bummer, though. You hate to like ban people from the park.
Yeah, no, and I definitely get like there's a psychology to it. When you're told you can't do things, then you feel that inability much more acutely. It's not like I'm going out and doing a lot of socializing, going to restaurants or bars or anything during the week. But, you go several days at home and you're like, oh, I feel all cooped up. And, you're thinking like, wait, on an average Tuesday through Thursday, I wouldn't probably have left the house at night anyway.
Right.
But just because you can't, you feel like you're trapped.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. I mean, I felt the relief. Yeah, I feel the relief just when I go to take the trash out. I'm like, ooh, I'm free for like even just like a minute and a half. Like, but
I just saw the mailman. It was human contact.
Right, exactly. Yeah, please, sir, say anything to me, even if it's fuck off. Like, I don't care. Okay, well, this is a good segue, because one of the things that I wanted to also talk about this week is just some of the content. This is crew related now, of either fan generated, I guess, but also official team account generated content that they're still managing to put some stuff out. And one of the things was related to exercise, because they've put out a crew workout plan, which was developed. I don't know if it was developed as a part of like the entire strength and conditioning staff, or it was just Kelly, but Kelly Roderick is the one featured in the video and who seems to have written up the explanation and is demonstrating the exercises and stuff. But have you guys seen this? And if so, have you done it?
And I saw the video. I didn't really I wasn't seeking it out at this point. I'll probably watch it at some point. Is it a sort of thing that maybe they developed for the players and then they're just thinking that they could release it for people as well? Or is it purely designed for non-athletes like myself?
So it seems, it's definitely workouts that exercises that I'm sure to some degree like the actual players can do, but this seems to be like pretty tailored to you being stuck at home, because like part of it's advised, like the beginning of the video, she advises you to like, you can wear socks, or you can like kind of grease up your floor with what's it called, pledge, or like stand on a towel or something. So a lot of them are like it's all body weight. exercises because it's assuming you don't have access to like free weights and things at home, which a lot of people don't. And
I do not recommend pledge on your floors. Incidentally, sometimes I've accidentally sprayed that on the bedroom floors, and I've nearly broken my ass.
Well,
you're like walking, and all of a sudden,
because most of the exercises at least in this first video, I don't know if they're going to be putting out others or what, but most of the exercises involve sliding. So basically, like one is like a squat of a certain kind where you're squatting the single leg and you're sliding the other leg out in front of you, and then again to the side, and then behind, and then there's another workout where you're like working kind of your shoulders and upper body, where you're like just basically dragging yourself with just your hands. It's kind of goofy, but I did the whole thing this morning just so that we would have someone who'd done it and could talk about it. And it was actually it was pretty good. It had me feeling good. I was definitely worked up a sweat and I was tired. I had to take a break afterwards and sit on the porch for a bit, but it was a pretty good workout. It was mostly legs and core work, but definitely nice to have options for professionally designed workout routines that you can just do literally in your kitchen, which is where I did mine. So
I did see a video this week where a guy greased up his floor and basically grabbed his kitchen counters and used his floor as a treadmill. That was pretty entertaining to watch.
That sounds pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, like, I guess that's kind of like they had you, like, one of the workouts is, or one of the exercises is burpees, which if you don't know what a burpee is, it's just basically on your hands and feet on the ground, and you basically just are extending one leg while contracting the other. You're kind of just like running in place almost, but while leaned over on the ground. And it's really easy this way because I was just doing it in socks, but your feet just slide. So you're not even like picking your feet up. Basically, you're just sliding your feet back and forth and extending and contracting your legs in alternating rhythm. But it's good cardio, that's for sure. But it's kind of the same thing as what you're talking about. And then let's see what other content I've seen. You guys chime in if you've seen other things that you thought were really good, either from the crew or maybe from other sports teams or other MLS teams or whatever. But other things that I noticed that they put out was they had like a word scramble, and then they had like some sort of connect the dot thing, I think, that made like the logo. And then there was also like a blank jersey template that they had tweeted at one point that was like encouraging you to design and color your own jersey, which I thought was pretty fun. And then there's also like been a good amount of video content. I noticed there was like some check-ins videos from players talking about being at home and what they've been doing, spending time with their families and stuff. I think I saw one from Zardes and one from Nagby. And then I know there was also a video at one point of Jordan, the new on-air TV announcer, doing like film breakdown of like specific goals or plays and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. So what do you guys think of all this? What have you enjoyed the most? What would you like to see that they maybe aren't doing yet? Brent, what are your thoughts?
I think the exercise video I think that's a really good idea. And that's something that if they would take, 5-10 minutes a day to design something, even after all this is over, and keep putting those out, that would be kind of cool. I know that's not their job, but it'd be a fun piece of content to keep people connected with the team.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. I didn't even think about like continuing it and making like a series even after this is over, but that is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Especially like in partnership with Ohio Health and stuff. So sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. But I didn't see any of like the coloring stuff that you were talking about, or the word search or that kind of stuff. That actually sounds kind of fun. Fun way to distract yourself for a little while. So I might have to look for that. But the player check-in videos are nice, just to see the guys and to see that they're, relatively healthy and all that. So I like that.
Yeah, I'd be curious now with it being like a stay-at-home, except for essential personnel. Surely they don't count as essential personnel. So I'd be interested to see some videos from them that aren't just necessarily check-in videos, but maybe like a combination of the check-in and workout videos where they like talk about what they've been doing to stay in shape and keep fit during this time. Because I assume that they're doing that knowing that, at any point the season could start back up again. But yeah, Darby, what are your thoughts on all this kind of stuff? I think there's been a pretty good amount of things coming out given the situation.
Yeah, I like the concept. I admittedly haven't been doing as much Twitter things just because I feel like every time I look at my feed, it's nothing but coronavirus, and eventually seeing all of that isn't all that healthy, I think. So I've definitely missed some things, but this is exactly the sort of stuff that I would like to see from the team. You can only do so many replays of old games or highlight reels or that sort of thing. And at some point, you do have to have other stuff. I would like him to bring up the off the post videos again and start doing those. Have the players talking about, their favorite board games to play at home or something like that, especially now that Lamson's back, because he was always really good at the off the post things. It's a great opportunity to do some of that human interesty stuff, like getting to know the players as people and not just athletes on the field.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, especially since we have like so many new players that have just arrived either this year or last year. There's so many fresh faces that we just don't know a whole lot about outside of what they do on the field. So I agree. I think that'd be a blast. I mean, if we can pull this garbage off, they should surely be able to develop some sort of show with video, going both ways or something. So that'd be great.
Yeah, you could even do it with front office people. I mean, there's been a lot of turnover in the front office in the past year. So some of those key personnel that either fans might have interaction with or just people who hold significant roles, seeing like what a Bez family cookout looks like, or, hearing random facts about the groundskeeping staff or that sort of thing. Again, if you got to generate content and keep putting stuff out there, let us get to know the people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that all sounds great. I think it'd be pretty interesting now that you bring up like the front office people. It would be really cool to see a little bit of behind the scenes of, Bez or maybe Dr. Pete, see what he's doing. I'm sure he's just, I don't know. I know he doesn't necessarily do essential critical surgeries, but he is in the healthcare industry, so it might be interesting to like get his take on the situation and what's going on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he precisely doesn't do like essential surgery. I mean, obviously sometimes things are just essential because if somebody's leg is shattered, you gotta fix it, I would assume. But I wonder how it's affected his workload then, or how, his practice has changed as a result of this stuff.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. I did see something earlier today that the Haslams had donated. I want to say it was like a $1.5 million to COVID patient care fund or something. So it's nice to see those guys stepping up and helping the community.
Yeah, it was, I think $1 million is going to Cleveland and $500,000 for Columbus. So it's nice that they're, sort of, I guess, literally spreading the wealth, as it were. But yeah, in a time where a lot of people are struggling, it's gratifying to see someone with means just voluntarily and proactively trying to help out a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Instead of some asshole who's sitting on 50,000 medical masks and charging $500 a piece for them or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see them supporting, putting their money where their mouth is, so they say, and really like spreading the wealth to help the people who are being most impacted by this. Last thing I had as far as like content and like stuff to do that I saw was not official crew team thing, but the Nordic seems to have organized a FIFA tournament, which I think has had over 100 entries. and I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be working, but I think the draw is taking place tonight to decide matchups for at least like the first round of this tournament, which is I think supposed to be played on Saturday. So that might be something fun. I don't know if they're like just making it so that people who are participating are involved, or if they're going to be streaming in games or anything. But do you guys know any more info about that tournament? Or if is it too late to even sign up, maybe? I don't know. Brent, you might know that. You're involved with Nordica stuff, it seems.
Yeah, I think it's too late to sign up. I think they closed registration for that.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're planning on streaming the games. I would imagine they probably would. I would hope they would, since they if they have the capability.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. It's definitely a good way to get people together, and it's good. It's a good next step off of what kind of we were doing, or with that Darby started with the sharing of your gamer tags and stuff. So it's nice to see that. Are you going to play in this, guys? Darby, I know you said the other day that you played your first online match. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I fully intend to embarrass myself to the greatest possible degree that I can. FIFA has, I guess they are called seasons, where I think you have like 10 games to try and earn promotion by getting a certain number of points. I'm in the lowest tier, like the starting tier that they put you in. And I think I won 1, I've tied 2, and I've lost 3. So I am not good. I fully expect to get destroyed in whatever this is, but I joined it for the fun and entertainment factor rather than any intention of accomplishing anything.
Well, that'll be exciting. Do you, as a person who's entered into it, do you know, is the draw that they're talking about tonight something that's like going to be like, how are you going to find out about that? Is it something we can track live online or anything? Or?
I have no idea. I just I replied to an email.
Okay.
Let me see if I can look for the email real quick. But yeah, I think all I remembered seeing was that the draw was going to be tonight. Games were going to start on Saturday. I'm not sure about the whole streaming element, just because I think it would have to be one or the other of the two players involved. I don't know if an independent third party can stream somebody else's game. To be fair, I'm not very up on my game streaming formats. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So this email says registration closes Wednesday night at midnight and the draw will be Thursday. So presumably they've drawn today.
Okay. So we have missed the entry. There's not going to be a chance for you to get involved with this when you're hearing this show. But depending on how long this goes, maybe they'll do another tournament. Are there any prizes of any kind? Do you know, Darby?
It says winners will receive prizes and bragging rights.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think they actually got the team to chip in some prizes, but if that's not the case, don't hold me to that because I don't know 100% for sure.
Okay.
I'm very excited to get the 2020 FIFA Crew Tournament Wooden Spoon Award.
Well, who knows? I have faith in you, Darby. Come on, have some confidence here.
Yeah, if you watched me play, you wouldn't have any faith in me whatsoever.
All right. Well, I think that what you should do is you should give us a little recap of how your game goes on the ACES Twitter or something, and what the score ends up being.
I can do that.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I have seen the official team account retweet info about this, so it sounds like they are definitely involved in like an official capacity. So maybe there's probably some pretty cool prizes then, I would assume. Some jerseys or something like that, maybe some signed stuff.
Yeah, I would assume at some point there'll be an email forthcoming because otherwise, with my really busy Saturday schedule, I'm not sure I'll be able to cram in a 15-minute FIFA game.
Wait, these games aren't going to be full-length soccer games? Bush League.
Oh, God.
Can you...
God, seriously, for being a child, how does he not understand any of this stuff?
Well, I don't know can you still do that, because you used to be able to play actual 90-minute games of FIFA, and me and my friends would do it sometimes, and the scores would end up being like 40-50 or something ridiculous, but you could do it.
Wild.
Yeah.
I thought
Brent,
you could still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the default is like 5 or 6 minutes.
Well, of course the default
Perhaps.
That's
isn't
Bush
90
League,
minutes,
and this
Darby.
tournament is a joke.
All right.
The other
Brent
thing is you have
already
to
denouncing
maintain
this.
Yeah, you have to maintain a stable internet connection for 90 minutes then, and probably nobody will manage that.
That's true. Braun could barely get online to begin with. Okay, so we've got one last little thing that I wanted to touch on before we did our man balls and wrapped up segment 1. It came to my attention just a little bit ago, so I don't have necessarily all of the details of this, but former Crew player John Debrito passed away apparently yesterday. He played for the Crew for a couple of years back around the turn of the century, which Darby got upset when I said that earlier because he doesn't like that phrase. But he was only 51 when he passed. I believe he leaves behind a family, a wife and kids and stuff. And so he had a pretty good career. He played at Southern Connecticut University. He helped them win their first NCAA championship in 1987. And then I believe it was his senior year in 1990, they won it again. Then he was drafted by New England in the first MLS draft. Went on to play with the Metro Stars in Kansas City before coming to the Crew for a couple years, and then I believe he wrapped up his career in Dallas. And somewhere in there, he also had a brief stint with the U.S. national team. So just really sorry to hear that he's passed away. Hopefully, I don't know if it was related to this virus or not, but me and Darby had a good conversation earlier. It's hard to remember, but the world is still turning and there are still other illnesses and sicknesses. So not to speculate, but who knows what happens, but we are sorry to hear that he's gone. And I'll be hopeful that the Crew will acknowledge it as well, because he was one of the people who came in for the Legends events and was around town that weekend and played in the game at Ohio History Connection and stuff. So I just wanted to acknowledge his passing. So
yeah, it's also sort of a thing that Crew fans haven't had to deal with very much. This team and this league are really just now getting to be old enough that you might have players dying of natural causes. It's not like the NFL that's been around for 100 years, where teams have been around long enough that some of the legends and longtime players have passed. I mean, the Crew haven't had very many instances where something like this has arisen. So it'll be interesting to see if the team does something to acknowledge it. This is pretty fresh information, right? Didn't he just pass? Was it today?
I believe from
maybe?
what little stuff I saw, it looks like he passed yesterday, but the news of it really just got out today. And I mean, like late today, like maybe not even an hour before we started recording, I think I saw a tweet about it. So I tried to find as much as I could. Wasn't a lot of info about it, but there was enough info to confirm that he actually did pass. I've seen other players that have remarked on it. So I do trust the info, but I just wanted to pull up a quick bio for him and go through that when we did, which we've already done. But yeah, so just sad and really recent. So I would suspect that they'll say something about it eventually, but given all of the awkwardness of what's going on right now with people working at home and things, I wouldn't expect it to necessarily come until maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. But sorry to hear that he's passed. He was a really nice guy. I got a chance to talk to him when he was here for the Legends stuff, and just a friendly dude. And I know that he was loved by his teammates and stuff. So, okay, with that out of the way, we can get to man balls, and I'm just going to go ahead and do mine first because I haven't done them first, I think, yet this season. And I'm going to go ahead and give one to John. Thank you for your time and your service to the crew and to the city of Columbus. Appreciate everyone who comes and wears the black and gold, and I hope that your family is able to find peace and comfort in their memories of you. So that's my first man ball. It goes to him. My second man ball is going to go to Kelly Roderick, who put together that workout that we were talked about earlier. I think that was cool. It was nice. There was a whole video of her doing all the exercises to make it really easy for you to understand what you needed to do for each one and stuff like that. And I just thought that was a really nice piece of content, and I appreciated her taking the time to do that. So those are mine. Why don't you go next, Brent? Who are your man balls going to?
I'm going to give the first one to Jordan Angeli, our new TV broadcaster. Really enjoyed that video where you overdubbed the I can't think of the word now, the commentary over your cross kitchen skiing. That was pretty entertaining. And then the second man ball is going to go to Storm the Raccoon.
Who is Storm the Raccoon, Brent?
John, that's what you named your buddy that lives in your basement?
We named it Storm? I don't remember that.
Yeah, we decided that on Twitter the next day. You revealed that to everybody when you were complaining about Storm waking you up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, very funny. Ha ha ha. He is still in my walls, by the way, but I've got a trap, and I'm going to catch him. Okay.
Sure you are,
John. Don't hurt your friend.
Listen, we're not friends, all right? We're frenemies at best.
Then why did you name him?
I didn't name him, god damn it. Oh my god. I'm going to catch him and you're going to see. And then I'm going to let him go in a park somewhere. I'm not going to do something awful like drown him or whatever, but I'm getting him the fuck out of here. Right?
Oh, that got dark fast. Why was drowning the thing that came to mind?
First, well, because my grandpa used to do that to animals that he caught. And second of all, some people still do that. So you know what? I just wanted to clarify that when I catch him, he will be safe and deposited across the city far the fuck away from my house. So,
John's like, when I catch him, I won't dismember him and bury all of the body parts in 5 different states. What the fuck, dude? Nobody said that.
It got incredibly specific and it didn't need to. Okay, in an effort to not talk about this anymore, Darby, who are your man balls going to this week?
I'm going to share my man balls far and wide this week, John. My first man ball goes...
Much like all the pieces of the raccoon.
Right. My first man ball goes to everybody who is doing the stay-at-home thing properly these days. The people who are not going out unnecessarily, who are finding ways to interact socially, but in a safe fashion. You see Twitter posts these days where people are sort of doing like in-person happy hours where they're in a cul-de-sac and like all standing 10 feet apart, or doing virtual hangouts. So everybody who's doing their part to try and knock this thing out faster, thank you. My second man ball gets shared amongst all the people who don't have the luxury of staying at home all the time and are doing the best they can in their situations. So I'm not thanking Brent again. Fuck that guy. He already got my man ball last week.
You already said it. This is the second week in a row you've given me a man ball.
Definitely not Brent.
It is true. You probably should have started with that and then moved on, because it did make it sound like you were giving him another one.
But yeah, there are still, there are home health workers out there, the DoorDash drivers and delivery drivers who are keeping things going, all the people who are stocking the shelves, not the contractors with the bottled water, because fuck those people, but the actual store employees who are keeping us stocked the best they can. And of course, all the healthcare professionals who are going to work in like trash bags and homemade masks because it's all they have access to. So all of you people who don't have the luxury of staying at home, who are helping to keep the world running while the rest of us are sort of dipping our toes in and out of it, thank you.
You're welcome, Travis.
Not you, Brent.
Thank you to everyone doing exactly what Brent's doing, but not Brent. Okay,
But not
got
Brent,
it.
yes.
Got it. All right, great. Okay, well, awesome. I think that was a pretty solid and filled out segment 1, which is also something that could be said about Darby's mom. And
Wait, what?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you tonight?
I will have you know that if, assuming the world hasn't gone to shit, my mom will be back in town in a couple of months, and I'm going to tell her what you said. You're going to have to answer to her.
You know
Is she
what?
coming to see Mike from Cincinnati?
Oh, God damn it.
Jesus, that's a great callback, Brent. Really, I'd love to go ahead and give Darby's man ball to you again.
I'd like to take back every man ball Brent has ever even been close to at any point in his life. Oh, wait, that sounded wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on a second.
Sorry, Brent, you can keep all your man balls that have...
All right, with man ball talk out of the way, that's a wrap on segment 1, guys. Okay, thanks for tuning in to this coronavirus edition of the massive record from home conference call from hell. We will be returning for segment 2 very shortly.
Alex, are you there?
Jesus
I think we
Christ.
lost Alex.
Thank God. Stick around. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, guys. We're going to do a short What's Your Kink this week. I'm actually going to, I guess, talk about something real fast. This was a tweet put out by Roger Debrito, as you might know him as. Is his handle on Twitter the same? I think it is. It's like I'm a zombie or something like that, right?
Yep.
I am a zombie, spelled Zombii. He is one of the Yellow Nation Army lads, but he's also a big video gamer, and he does some streaming, and he put together a tweet featuring crew fan streams for people who were looking for some content to watch during the stay-at-home marathons. And so I just wanted to make sure that we called those out and put those in people's minds. If you're looking for content or something to do, people to hang out with and chat with, these are good places to go. I have started streaming myself recently. I do both video games and art streams, although I haven't done an art stream in a while. I need to get back to that. But it's a good time. There's a chat room, and you can kind of see the player. It's got a player cam, and then also a game cam or art cam, and it's just can be like a nice thing to have on in the background too when you're doing work or whatever you happen to be doing. But it's pretty fun, and there's a few crew fans who do it, and we'll share the links to that here in a little bit. But do you guys have any questions, not being technologically advanced individuals yourselves, Brent, about this process, or Darby?
Just so we're clear, there are not boobs. I know we talked about this last week, but I want no gray area. If they tune into your Twitch, they will not see your boobs.
No, if you tune into my Twitch, you will not see my breasts. I'm sorry. It's actually against the terms of service, and I would be banned permanently if I revealed them to you.
Okay,
So,
what's the rule on penis?
no, there's 100% no penis, Darby. There's absolutely no penis.
What about buttholes?
Well, I think we can make an exception. It's actually funny because there are games where there are boobs and penises and things, right? Like The Witcher. And I don't know what their rules are about that. Like, I don't know if you're allowed to, like, show that segment of a game on there or not. Like, I don't know if it gets a pass because it's part of the game.
So there's computerized nudity in the Witcher game?
Well, yeah. Have you watched the show?
I have not. I'm
Okay.
so out of touch.
So The Witcher does. Witcher is a. What is it on? It's on Netflix, and there's nudity in that. There's couple sex scenes, I think, and those are from the books, but they're also in the game as well. And there's definitely like digital dong in the game. You straight up see the Witcher's dick. Like, so, yeah.
Because they said, you know what this game really needs is penis.
Well, it's not like you're running around fighting things with your dick out. You're like, I think the scene is like you're in a hot tub with some women or something, but yeah.
Wait, isn't this supposed to be like medieval witchery?
Yeah, you're in like a giant barrel with hot water in it. It's like a bath. It's not like
it's a
shitty
shitty medieval.
It's not like a hot tub time machine situation. No.
I think I remember this game was called Leisure Suit Larry back in the day. Hot tubs.
I have heard of that game, but I don't know anything about it. So if you want to elaborate, please be my guest.
It was actually a thing when I was a kid, so I did not have access to it, but I definitely knew of it. And given that this was like the 8-bit era, the 16-bit era of technology, I'm sure it was terrible. But yeah, there was an old game back in the 80s that the whole premise, I think, was just like you running around trying to have sex with women in kind of that raunchy 80s sex comedy romp sort of way.
Interesting. Oh my God, that guy's hung. He's got 3 pixel long dick.
Exactly. I feel like if you were physically aroused by those games, there was probably something really wrong with you.
Okay, well, I think that this sounds like a great thing that we should have Brent stream. So, Brent, if you want to go ahead and buy a computer and get internet and just maybe join us in like the year 2020, that'd be great.
If you want to pay for my internet, you're more than welcome to do that.
Brent, Wi-Fi doesn't cost extra.
You would have to pay for an internet service provider at that point, though.
Wait, so you don't have internet at all? Wait, go ahead.
You said you have Netflix. So how do you watch Netflix?
Yeah, I watch Netflix on my phone.
Wait, so you don't even have like you can't even like plug in to get internet at home?
No, I don't pay for it.
Interesting.
You're making $2 more an hour these days, Brent. Why don't you spring for it?
Because that's only going to last for like a month, so.
I love that Darby's internet hiccuped while he was trying to be outraged right there.
Oh, yes. Once you get the internet, Steam has apparently all the Leisure Suit Larry games, Brent. So you can play them all.
So you're agreeing to pay for my internet so that I can stream this game?
Oh, my God.
No, Brent, no one said that. You have to pay for it all yourself.
We'll fire up a Kickstarter for you, you poor, poor boy.
All right, everybody forget about
Everybody
forget about giving to the Endeavor Bartender Kickstarter. We're now giving to the Brent Plays the Weird Porn Game Kickstarter.
I think we could actually probably pull that off. People would 100% donate to this cause.
I love it. All right, Brent, you heard it here first. Set up an Indiegogo and we'll start this funding campaign.
Oh, no, I'm not doing any work for this. If you guys want this to happen, you have to do it all.
God damn it, Brent! Why are you even here? You're not even producing anything this week.
I don't know. You guys wouldn't leave me alone until I got on Discord.
What?
Well, that is true because
you wanted to record it
like
7 a.m. this morning.
Don't think anyone ever said that.
I've got it in writing. Nobody said anything.
I don't know how anybody would have given you anything in writing.
Brett, I have Photoshop. Don't make me use it.
Yeah, all people use their computers like a typewriter, and they all said it.
See? That sounds just like you.
Nope. And that still wouldn't be writing?
Right. Okay. All right. Anyways, if you're looking for streams to watch or something to entertain yourself with, I think Evan, which is Rich Uncle Skeleton on Twitter, has been doing some Football Manager streams of like a flake crew season. Is that correct? Does anybody know if that's...
I think he's done that a couple times, but everybody should really be boycotting his streams because he refuses to share course content when he does study with me videos.
I don't know what any of that means. What does that mean?
Wait,
he's doing videos.
You can't get a free college education? Is that what it is?
No, I don't care about the college education. But he's doing videos where he's studying his college courses and he won't like study out loud or show the textbook at all. It's just like sitting there reading.
Wait, he just sits there silently and reads?
I think he has music on in the background, but yeah, pretty much.
What, so he's like a faux lo-fi beats video stream? I don't want to watch that.
Nobody does. Share the course content, Evan.
Yeah, share the course content, Evan. What's even the frickin' point? All right, well, his stream is twitch.tv/lavatwin, LAVATWIN. So if you want to watch some of those, that's where you go to get that. I don't know how often he's doing the interesting streams where he's not studying. Is it just like a weekend thing, I think? He's got it listed as Football Manager Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. So potentially we are less than 2 days away from his next one. So that's worth checking out. Roger and Jordan Kennedy, they both stream pretty frequently. Roger is, again, at the same thing as his Twitter account. It's twitch.tv/IMAZOMBII. He plays few different things, League of Legends, Overwatch, stuff like that. And Jordan is at twitch.tv/IMJORMAN. I'm Jorman. And he plays like card games and stuff, Magic the Gathering, which is one that I think probably most people have heard of, and then some other ones as well that are probably that you guys are probably less familiar with. And then you can follow mine too if you're interested, twitch.tv/ArtSoldier. I'll be doing more art streams and also video game streams. I definitely stream like every Friday evening, basically, with my friends, so feel free to tune in for that. And then I don't think there are any others. Do you guys know of anybody else that does it? You guys aren't super plugged into it, so maybe not.
Yeah, I
don't know of any.
I think the crew actually have a Twitch stream. I don't know what they do on it, but
oh, really?
Yeah, I want to say it's one of the things that
You're right. I just searched it.
Follow?
It says last live 2 years ago. So,
oh, okay. Well, yeah.
You can go follow it, but I don't think they use it. But that might be
can also watch
something good for them to start using if this is going to extend, you know?
And you can watch Aloy Room play some FIFA.
Oh, really? What's his? Yeah. Do you know what his Twitch channel is called?
I have no idea. He tweets out the link whenever he plays, though.
Okay, well, there you go. So just go check Eloy's Twitter and find his Twitch account and follow it. If you go give all these guys a follow. Follows help with just like the reviews for this podcast. Follows help with advancing your audience and reaching new people and stuff. So even if you're not going to tune in often or at all, just throwing people a follow is helpful too. So just hopefully some crew fans that can hang out and entertain you for a bit and all that. But I don't have a whole lot left to say about that. You guys have anything else you'd like to talk about in regards to like streaming and stuff?
It's a thing that definitely exists.
You could probably find Skeets McTaz and the other two E-boys on there, probably, right?
Yeah. Is that your audio?
What audio? This is great stuff.
Yeah.
Are you hearing music or something, Darby?
Oh, I pulled up Twitch and I'm getting audio from there.
Oh my God, the old man strikes
technology
again. Jesus Christ, folks. Okay, well, with
and
that...
you make fun of me.
Yes, that's true. I'm still going to make fun of you, Brent. This changes nothing.
This changes nothing. All right, well, with that, let's bring this shortened segment to an end. And, yeah, so streaming, that's my king for this week. All right, thanks for indulging me.
Of the earth take shape. Fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape.
are back for the final segment of this week's show. It's segment 3, and this is probably something I should have asked before we started recording, but I didn't think about it. Brent, are you going to be able to read the hot takes this week, or are you not able to do that because you have your phone doing this?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that.
Okay. Darby, do you want to read them, or you want me to? I can pull them up real fast. Doesn't matter to me. Assuming he's trying to pull them up because he's muted.
Oh,
so
sorry. Yes, yeah. God damn it! I am really falling down the
Jesus,
technology
Did
rankings.
we lose you, Darby?
Again, I say you have no room to make fun of me anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Also, if we're gonna do this for any length of time, Brent needs a microphone that doesn't sound like shit.
Yeah, well, Brent doesn't apparently own any electronics except for his phone, so...
Go to Target, buy a phone charger like we wanted you to so many months ago, and while you're there, pick up a decent headset.
I have a phone charger. I have good headphones.
I mean, you say that, but when I hear you, I very much disagree with that.
Well, I don't know how much better they could get. They're Beats. They're great headphones.
Oh, so it's just you that sounds terrible. You personally, as a human being, sound like crap.
That's never changed, Drabs. That's always been true.
All right, let's break it down here.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the masses.
And you're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes from you.
Yes, you can.
We're doing the new version of the hot takes this year, guys. So it's a little different than last year. Let me run through it real fast here. So hot takes are not getting read in mass anymore. We're only reading 4 every week. The top 3 and then the bottom vote getter are getting read. There's some free points out there if you can place in the top 2. First place gets an automatic 2 points. Second place gets an automatic 1 point. Third place does get read but doesn't receive any free points. Last place actually will have a point taken away from them. And those are the 4 places you can get. In addition to those point allocations, each of us will also be giving out 1 point each to our favorite hot take, including the last place one if we like it the most, which has happened every week except for last week, I believe. So we finally do have somebody in the negative. Is that correct, Darby? Am I right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely a thing that I did this week was
Darby, you piece of shit. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we won't be reading the standings again because we don't have them because Darby hasn't updated them.
How many weeks have we had now?
I don't know. If only you'd been literally at home for the last 14 days.
Well, if you want to read the hot takes, no.
This is week 6. This is our 6th episode this season, correct? I believe that's correct.
No, there's no way that's correct. Because for one thing, one of our episodes doesn't count as an episode.
Well, I think for the purposes of numbering, I was counting it.
So
this would
we only have 4 episodes of actual content prior to this.
Okay, so
I'm only
this is
missing
episode
1 week.
5. This is episode 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Glad we cleared that up. Do you have the standings current or no?
No, I do not.
Okay, we'll just skip those then and go straight to the reading of the hot takes. So why don't, if you have those up?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Darby, I'm so proud of you. Go ahead and start with the top vote getter.
Okay, this week's top vote getter comes to us from none other than username Ghost of Morgan Hughes. 5 points. Quote, "Oh yeah, baby. No, the handsy boy on ACES equals no MLS season. You guys better figure out a way to bring me back to life if you ever want to see the rough lads playing again. #rest. #boo." John Zadari, your thoughts?
I refuse to acknowledge the fact that Morgan's absence from ACES means that the entirety of MLS shuts down because it gives him far too much power.
He's kind of a big deal these days. He's making haircutting video, or his ghost is making haircutting videos.
Yeah, I live tweeted my watching of that. It was an interesting experience.
Was it
Your live
interesting?
tweets were thoroughly more entertaining than the actual video.
You're welcome, Bront. I aim to please. His hair did look not great at the end of that.
If only he had somebody he shared his home with who could have assisted him in doing that. If only.
If only. All right, second most vote getter.
Okay, so we actually have a tie for second place. 2 entries, both with 1 point. So by the rules of 2020, the shorter one wins the tiebreaker. And that comes to us from username Ear Gavinish. Quote, I'm really upset that Don Garber lobbied for a provision in the new stimulus bill that provides an additional $5 million in GAM to MLS teams with an average attendance of 25,000 or higher. Brent Miller, your thoughts?
John Zadar, your thoughts?
That's not how this works, Brent.
No.
Unmute your microphone and say something.
I think I just did say something, Travis.
Bront, don't make me go get Corona and give it to you.
Well, I probably already have it from all the people I've come into contact with in the grocery store.
Jesus. All right, you're not wrong. And also, this is a rule. This does sound like a rule that might actually come into existence at some point.
Okay, so since Brent's going to be a chicken shit, we'll go with the third place comment here from username Frida Penis. Again, with 1 point. Quote, day 14 of hashtag Frida Penis quarantine. The days are getting longer, and the nights are even harder. However, I have a confession to make. I'm afraid I've not been an active participant in hashtag social distancing. I apologize to all shitlords, edgelords, bezlords, and Lord Guillermo himself, hashtag bless. Sadly, have not been able to keep my hands away from my, quote, southern extremities ever since the NYC Health Department has promoted sexual actions, including playing the hashtag skin flute. I go forward today, echoing the words of our governor, hashtag we are Ohioans, hashtag we are Buckeyes, hashtag we are horny, hashtag Frida Penis, hashtag Zoom my knob, hashtag furlough fap. John Zadar, your thoughts?
Zoom my knob that's like Zoom's another street like video conferencing thing, right?
Yeah, that's the thing that all the kids these days have gotten onto, and now all the people who created that app are multi-billionaires because everybody is buying it in order to do like video chats with a lot of people.
You have to pay for it?
Yeah, it's a subscription service. It may have, I don't know if it has like a free version, but
okay.
Yeah,
it does.
I'm just like imagining the horror of like joining what you think is a video chat between friends and it just being like 8 to 10 different cams of real close dicks. Just like zoomed in mushroom heads.
Isn't that what chat roulette wound up being in the long run?
Yeah, it doesn't sound too far off there, Darby.
Yeah.
Also, I would love to hear DeWine out of the words, we are Ohioans, we are Buckeyes, we are horny.
I think he said it today.
I don't ever want to hear him say the word horny ever in any context for any reason.
He's been having a few different sign language like interpreters during his conferences, but my brother pointed out one the other day that looked exactly like him, but in like a longer hair wig. And I couldn't stop laughing once he pointed it out. I'll have to see if I can find a photo of it and tweet it out from the ACES account, but yeah. Okay, Frida Penis is still sounds pretty damn free.
It is unfortunately still free and still posting. Now we have a 3-way tie for the last place. Congratulations, you assholes. You are making this extraordinarily difficult. So I sort of have to eyeball characters here to see who has the shortest of the shitty hot takes. It appears this is coming to us from username Grateful Cruiseman with -2 points. Quote, so what if she has corona and she only sucks your tweeter? Can you get corona via blowjob? God damn it, people!
That's
Okay,
a
clearly,
great question. Can you get corona via blowjob? Ron?
I mean, if you can get it just from being within 6 feet of a person, I'm sure you can get it from having somebody's mouth on your dick.
well, that means you'd be safe from getting it from me because my penis is 7 feet long.
Jesus Christ, Darby. Look at the pixels on that guy. Oh my God.
Congratulations, Grateful Cruiseman. You were the shortest of the worst hot takes. So there you go.
A 3-way tie at the bottom. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all 4. That's real great. Bront, we're going to go to you first to give out your point since you refused to comment.
I'll give a point to the last place person, Grateful Cruiseman, or whoever it was. Also, what a great week to not have anything from user not Charles.
Not Charles did post. It was one of the tied for last place, but it was the longest of the 3, actually.
Oh, wow. So it was actually...
which means we didn't have to read it. How
it
great.
was actually the worst of the 3. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give my blood point since Darby did the reading here. I think I'm going to give mine to your Gavin is showing. Or as our dear departed friend would say, your Gavin is showing. Rest.
So you like the GAM stimulus package, huh?
Yeah, I like it because it's terrifying in a way that even this virus isn't, because I think it could be a reality.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give my blood point this week to Free to Penis. There's perhaps an excessive amount of hashtagging going on there, but respect for really tripling and quadrupling down on your masturbation jokes. Anybody who's that dedicated to self-flagellation has, well, I won't say a measure of my respect because that's overstating it, but I acknowledge your dedication to fapping. Well done.
Let's be real. Drabs just likes thinking of Mike DeWine saying the word horny.
If we're ever going to have drops again, then we're going to have to clip that out and make that one. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, excuse me. That is, yeah, the Free the Who do we know who Freed the Penis is?
I have no idea.
They probably don't want us to know, but yeah.
I mean, it could be Mike Hudson based on the number of hashtags. He's a hashtag man.
He is a hashtag man. That's true.
So,
okay, that brings the blood points standings to a close here.
And you already know, so let your head nod throughout the outro. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, the beast almost out like a manifesto. So let's make a toast to all the friends and fam, the folks involved since we started the jam, and to a world full of people who telling you what you can and can't do. Better recognize salty eyes ain't a thing, cause we realize that when we doing what we love, that's the grand prize.
But we have nothing to predict, so there will be no prediction. There's nothing to preview. So we've reached the end of the episode, but we do need to do something real quick that I meant to do earlier and I totally skipped over it on accident, and that is to briefly discuss the potential for violence towards your roommates during this time, Darby. I know you live with someone, and I'm not suggesting that you are going to hit them, but if you lived with a certain someone else in this group chat, you might be tempted to hit them.
Oh, if hypothetically speaking, there was somebody who putting a bucket over their head isn't sufficient to shut them up, and I might want to, beat their ass to make them be quiet for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Storm the raccoon.
He's not in the group chat. Okay, God damn it. Yeah, I'm just saying, you guys are holed up, you might be getting on each other's nerves a little bit. If you get into a tussle with your roommate, then we've got the people that you can go to. It's Brian, G, Jones, right? Isn't it G? Isn't there a G? Did I make the G up? I think I may have made the G up. For some, do you know, Darby? Probably not.
I'm not familiar with the middle initial of Brian Jones Esquire, attorney at law in Delaware, Ohio.
I'm gonna just say that it's G, and I'm gonna say that the G stands for getting you off, in not a sexual way,
but maybe also in a sexual way.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to limit his potential services that he's willing to offer, him and his lovely wife. But they can at least defend you in court and get you off for beating the shit out of Brent, who, to be quite frankly, after today, deserves it. So,
yeah, it's justifiable assault. Everybody knows that that's a thing, and Brian Jones can help you get that ruling.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just arguing over the fact that that bucket kid won't stop microwaving fish, and then he doesn't even eat it. He just microwaves it and throws it away. And you're just like, I can't stand this anymore. You smack him, and you call Brian Jones.
Yeah. Brent's that roommate, where you were like, oh, I don't turn on lights when I come into rooms, so I shouldn't pay my third of the electricity bill.
Oh my God! I like how he's just sitting here silently taking it. I imagine that he's probably just muted his phone and wandered away.
I refuse to use the internet, so I'm not paying my third of the cable bill this month.
Ron, do you dare defend yourself in an absence of Brian Jones?
No, because if I refuse to turn on lights, I shouldn't have to pay my third of the electric bill.
I knew it! I knew you were that guy!
He doesn't have internet. Do you even have electricity, Brent?
He's like, I didn't shower, therefore
yes, but I never turn the lights
water
on,
bill.
so I don't really have an electric bill.
You live in the dark. Okay, I'll take your silence as yes. Anyways, should you find yourself in need of a criminal defense firm, we cannot recommend Brian Jones enough. You guys can get in touch with them at thelawofficeofbrianjones.com, and that's Brian spelled B-R-I-A-N. Okay, I think that does it for this week's show, guys. We actually managed to
spell Jones?
No, because people know how to spell Jones, Bront, goddammit. That's what you speak up to say?
Brent, I'm
if you're
coming
going to
over
spell
to your
one part, you should
place,
spell all of it.
Okay, fine, Brent. It's spelled THELAWOFFICEOFBRIANJONES.com. Are you happy?
C-O-M.
You didn't spell com. Thank you, Drabby, for spelling that for the people.
Good God. Okay.
This is exactly why you're going to get your ass beat, and somebody's going to need a lawyer to defend them.
Yes. Amen. Preach, Darby. Preach. Okay. I'm sick. I can't handle Brent anymore. That's it. We're at the end of it. If you want access to our Slack, we are offering that for free now. I actually need to get on there and add people because people have been emailing in to get access, and I have been slacking on it. So I'm going to do that right as soon as we end the show. But you can hit us up at acesradiopodcast@gmail.com if you'd like to have access to the Slack. We're offering that for free at least until the end of April. While this is all going on, so you guys have a place to come and hang out and chit chat and just like get together with the ACES community in some variety. And I was going to say, remind you about the Nordic Fifa Tournament, but it sounds like you can't enter it and you probably can't watch it. So just, you may as well just forget about it at this point. Is there anything else that I've forgotten?
Well, there's point number 3 in those notes.
Oh, there is. I'm sorry, I was tabbed away. Ask the audience. Darby, what do you want the audience to do?
To our dear listeners out there, this coronavirus thing is going to be going on for a little while. We're not going to have soccer until at least May 10th, I think, is the date currently. But we're going to fill your ear holes with all kinds of stupid bullshit the best we can. If you have things you want to hear us talk about, or this says or do, and I feel like that might get into sex stuff.
Well, you typed that, Darby.
Oh.
I didn't type that sentence. You did that.
I don't know. I see your name as it's being hovered over, so I think that means you wrote it. That's definitely how that works.
That is not how that works.
Yeah. But, while the league's on hiatus, if there are things you want to hear us talk about or debate or questions you want to ask us, you can email them or you can send a DM to the Twitter account. Don't just add us on Twitter, because we don't pay attention to that kind of crap anyway.
Yeah.
But no, shoot us a message, and we'll talk about, within reason, whatever you want us to talk about.
Yeah, or if you have a especially interesting what's your kink thing that you want to talk about, let us know. Maybe we'll get you on. It's a lot easier now that we're all doing it from our homes, quite frankly. You don't have to go anywhere. And I mean, if you're out of town, that makes it possible for you to join us too. And I think we're all interested in chatting about more of those kinds of things. So
yeah, this is in one of those times where having shared interests and finding people to interact with in whatever way you can, the what's your kink segment is what's that all about. So if you want to talk about stuff that you're into and see if there are other people who are into it also, let us know.
Yep. I think that is a great point, and we'll wrap us up here. Bront, do you have any last words that you'd like to say or anything else you'd like to share with us to piss us off?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay, great.
Also, if anybody lives near Brent, could you please give him your Wi-Fi password so he can get on the goddamn internet and do things like a normal human being?
Yeah.
I just looked on Steam, and there's a Leisure Suit Larry bundle available for $24. So if we can get him internet connection so that he can download that, then we'll make him play all the Leisure Suit Larry games and give us Brent's Bangers reviews.
Oh my God, Leisure Suit Larry parts 1 through 7? They made 7 of these games?
Yeah.
And it's subtitled Magna Cum, spelled exactly how you think it is, Laude.
Mm-hmm.
Is he supposed to be at college?
I'm not really...
I don't even want to know.
Click
Never
the link,
mind.
John. You won't be disappointed, I'm sure.
I will not be clicking that link. That link's staying blue, okay? All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. Hopefully we will have enough content to keep things happening and funny and some semblance of normal during the next month and a half or so. As always, if you can, jump on to iTunes or wherever you happen to listen and give us a review. Really helps us find new listeners and expand the audience, which is, the whole goal and whole purpose of this show is to build a community and an audience that can do fun shit together, even beyond crew things. So, all right, that wraps up another week of ACES Radio, and we will see you next week.
Well, we will. We'll talk to you next week. We literally won't see you.
That's
next
true.
week.
We won't see you, but we'll talk. We
never know.
We technically will never see them next week.
You will listen to us next week.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye. We know that Brent isn't free to penis because he doesn't have internet to fap to.
Free to penis.